mean woman that want my Facebook code. I guess my lifestyle is just getting too old. She might say I'm cold, and I just don't care. I'm a selfish motherfucker with the gel in his hair. So I take it on the booze with nothing to lose. Got me singing the blues, not the one to choose. Still I rap at him like Eve tapped at him. Such a bad apple, got game like Madden. So I think it's fun to lose at Wolf Run. So I skip all my sheets, go and play 21. Now it's on blackjack to get my money back. So my chick doesn't hate, try to double my stack. Still I go hard, and they know me at the bar. Even if I try to hard, they all know my card. Damn.
I got three bad habits. I'm a gambling addict. I can't hold a relationship. All I do is complain about them. I got three bad habits. I'm a gambling addict. I can't hold a relationship. All I do is complain about them. I got three bad habits, as a matter of fact. The one of them's when the girl is trying to swing from my sack. Don't get attached to them, they love it when I rap to them. Talking about Nate is the name, they're getting tattooed. To fall for the beautifuls, the pretty and the lack of complex. To try to spit game of Richard Sherman in a second since I dropped my ball. I've been always trying to score, always hit it and quit it. Then I'm out that door, treat them like fast food. I'm alley cat cool, don't need to be.
What's up, all my indigenous people? It's your indigenous brother from another mother, Patrick Little Wolf Brooks, in the house, as always, my co-host, the most with the most, Mr.
Rock and Ron B, ladies and gentlemen, right here on the B&B Indigenous Podcast. We want to reintroduce our co-host for tonight. She's joining us in Secaucus, New Jersey, because she's badass like that, you know what I mean? They're over there visiting the Statue of Liberty and getting all indigenous right in front of it like that. Patrick, you said there was a powwow over there before. I want to talk more about that. There's a whole mess of good stuff, but I want you to let your sister there introduce herself. What you guys been doing over there, kicking it on the East Coast, man?
Hello, gentlemen, and good afternoon. I'm Kelly Knight, sharpshooter, and I am so thankful to be here in Secaucus and be able to partake in NYC and everything that it has to offer. Beautiful vegetation, lovely smells and senses, and all the glorious food stands. Let me tell you, food stands. I didn't have enough money to just stop everywhere, buy everything. Everything was delicious. Everything was vibrant. Believe it or not, the people of New York, very lovely, very hospitable, and very nice. Very surprising.
Did you get a Coney Island hot dog, though? That's my question.
Not yet.
Not yet. We haven't got down to Coney Island yet. So she came in last week, took her to Times Square. She did a Times Square thing. She realized there's candy stores everywhere.
Everywhere.
That's NYC, you know. Hunts Point Market is the other spot. You want to pick up fresh produce, Hunts Point.
Yes.
Uncle Daddy used to deliver there on a regular basis. I wouldn't go in there before 2 o'clock in the morning because it is about $230 to drive a commercial truck.
Absolutely.
Or the Betsy Ross. So you want to take the turnpike.
So out of the 5 bureaus, we've visited 3 so far. So she's got a grandbaby on the way here shortly, so she's gonna be heading home.
We're hoping for that baby right away. You guys are gonna have a name given right as soon as the delivery's done. You know what I mean? And you are.
The most important thing I didn't say to anybody is I'm benefiting the most because she's here to teach me how to sew. Hey, Miss Bass, welcome to the show.
Yeah, what's going on, Brenda? We want to let you know this too, okay? I have to wait until Friday. You know how Indians go between funding sessions? Kelly was just saying, you know, you got to have enough money. I mean, if I was rich, I'd be getting stuff done all day long, every day. Anyway, I want to get into some news real quick before we get on because we're going to be rapping and slapping and macking and not jacking because we get stuff for free. You know what I mean? We don't jack everybody. Anyway, I wanted to talk about this. This is from Native News Online. Tens of thousands attend the Gathering of Nations, world's largest powwow. This story from today, May 1st, 2023, Albuquerque, New Mexico, the Gathering of Nations, a.k.a. GON, powwow hosted its 40th annual event this weekend to crowds in the tens of thousands. Organizers coined the event as North America's largest powwow, and this year's tally of registered dancers reached more than 3,000, representing tribes from the United States and Canada, eh? The powwow competition purse included more than $200,000 in cash prizes. Host drums for this year's powwow were Showtime, as the Northern Drum from Rapid City, South Dakota, and Cozad from Hog Creek, Oklahoma. Man, Cozad jams too. As the Southern host drum, man, I tell you what, Dennis Bowen, Onondaga, Salamanca, New York, has been announcing the powwow for more than 30 years and said that one thing has remained constant, and that's growth. Quote, it keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. Bowen told Native News Online, since its inception in 1983 as a small powwow at the University of New Mexico, or UNM, the gathering has grown into a destination event. From 1986 to 2016, the powwow hosted sellout crowds at the UNM basketball arena known as the Pit, with a seating capacity of more than 20,000 seats. In 2017, the powwow moved to the Tingley Coliseum located on New Mexico State Fairgrounds. Today, it is Albuquerque's second largest annual event and generated more than $20 million for the region. Saturday's grand entry featured appearances from comedian Cheech Marin, the cast of Reservation Dogs, including Dallas Goldtooth, Dee Farrowoon Atai, and Pauline Alexis, and a sold-out crowd of more than 11,000 attendees. With more than 30 dance categories and specials sponsored by different families, the powwow proceeded as scheduled until well after midnight each day. Since 1984, the gathering has hosted Miss Indian World competition, billed as the largest and most prestigious cultural title for young Indigenous women between the ages of 18 and 25. The competition is a juried 4-day competition where women showcase their tribes and cultures to a panel judging them on public speaking, traditional talent, live interview, written essay, and dance. If you guys want to see more of this article, definitely check out nativenewsonline.net. These guys got a litany of different wonderful articles and information, historically speaking, that have been archived on the website. If you guys are curious about historical events that have taken place from federal and state jurisdictions and tribal jurisdictions, you're curious about upcoming events, all of those things are available to you. Again, that's nativenewsonline.net. Want to say hey and thank you guys for joining us tonight right here on the B&B Indigenous Podcast. It is sure awesome to have you back. We've got some for and against. We got some up-and-coming events. I talked about powwows last week. We're talking about powwows again this week. We're going to be talking about seamstress work. Is it a seamster? Is it seamster? I mean,
Seamstress.
Seamsters.
Seamstress.
Seamstress. She's a seamstress. Like it's a comedian.
I'm a seamster. I'll stick with that. Seamster.
Yeah, I'm a seamster, dog. I get seamster.
Dude, it's been a great experience. I grew up old school, learning how to sew with my hands, but never got a chance to sit down in a sewing machine and really take time. So it was really a blessing for Kelly to come all the way from Oklahoma and do a trade. You know, we did an old school barter. She never seen New York City before, and I don't know how to use a sewing machine. So I couldn't believe it. She had bought the tickets before we had even agreed what date she was going to buy the tickets. She goes, I'm coming. And, you know, I get a lot of people that reach out to me and they say, hey, I'm going to come to New York. I'll come see you. And they never show up. Well, within 3 days of her saying she's coming, she says, oh, I got my tickets. And I say, what? Oh, yeah, I got my tickets. So she came here. Oh, absolutely, Brenda. It was a great trade, you know, old school teachings, you know. Yeah. So I told her, I said, I'll pay for half your flight getting here. I'm going to take care of your flight. I'll make sure you get fed. All I want you to do is to teach me how to sew. And that's what been the trade been. She sat me down. She put me in front of the sewing. And not just me, Cheyenne as well. Cheyenne's been learning how to sew, which has been amazing because she's so determined. So, you know, when you do these old school tribal trades like that for teaching, to be able to be taught, it's a different feeling. It's a different feeling because someone is taking their time, their effort, their knowledge, and bestowing it on you. And that's a big responsibility and a huge gift. So it's been a great weekend, man. A shout out to Fabian. Hey, Fabian, let me make sure I announced that properly. Fabian said the Battle of the Nation, the Indian basketball tournament, was this past weekend. 45 teams represented their respective tribes. Comanche Nation beat the Yakima Nation in the championship. Congratulations out there to the Yakima champions out there. I also want to give a big shout out to all the winners of Gathering Nations, man. Creek Confederacy kicked butt from what I understand. And what I may feel, my family was there in big supply with Smoke Dance. I remember Gathering Nations when you did not see any smoke dancers. You didn't see East Coast natives represented anyway. And to see all my people out there, Kaya Little Turtle was representing out there. A couple of my other family members. It was also a special a dedication to Seneca, a young man that we had lost that crossed over way too young. And his family put on a smoke dance special. And it was beautiful to see everybody come together out there. Even the drum out there did a special song. It was amazing. I ain't not gonna lie. I watched it in tears for his family, which I knew very well, and himself. And then see my people out there dance and smoke dance in the biggest powwow arena that you can get. It was a magic. I mean, but I'm not a big Gather Nations fan. I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not a big Gather Nations fan because I'm a dancer. And Gather Nations is not made for dancers. It's made for just competitors.
Gallery, bro. You're going against how many champs out there?
Yeah.
There's a lot of rudeness. I was telling you, one of my
there's a lot of bad medicine out there, man. People go out there just for money. So I'm not a big fan of Gather Nations, but I always recommend every dancer from every tribe should go to Gather Nations one time at least. It should be done one time, at least one time. Get it out your system. Know that you've been there. And you can say you've done it. Me, I've been one time. I went. I got 4 feathers that got broken because it was so packed in there. It was insane on how many people were in there. If I ever go back again, it'll be just for a spectator to see the shows and to explore New Mexico. But other than that, I want to give a big shout out to all the dancers that did show up. It was a great sighting. Seeing Grand Entry at Gather Nations is such a moving time to see all those dancers together. But this was the one year I wish I could have went to Gather Nations just to be with my people, to dance a smoke dance, to represent Argostoas, to represent East Coast people, that we're still around and we're still strong.
Yeah, and see, check it out. Look, I want to also mention real quick, 7 more days, my daughter's going to be a year old. She's the usual co-host right here, kids. We want you to sign up for the B&B Indigenous podcast. If not for Patrick and I and Kelly, for Yana Ebion. That's right, my baby girl. I cannot believe, man, a year already. You know what I'm saying? This is the thing about our people. We want to celebrate that life. We want to celebrate good times. And I'm going to take the argument for and against, okay? I understand when people say, I know it's all political, it's all corporate sponsors, it's this, it's that, it's the other thing. And then I hear the people that say, hey, man, I just want to go and enjoy myself. How often do you get to be around 20,000 plus natives vending opportunities at swag opportunities? Because, there are rules for and against everything. Boy, it just started raining here. But all of a sudden, I got a better signal, you know what I mean? Thank you, Rain. But I get it. I understand the politics. I also understand that the person that's at the head of the powwow committee is not a native person. And I also understand very, very much so. And thank you, Brenda and Fabian. I know I'll pass that along to my baby for sure. We got a baby registry on my Facebook page, too. So if you feel like you want to buy my daughter a gift, even a Dollar Tree gift, I'm not going to be mad, But no, check it out. Everybody's talking about all the money that they have to pay, but Uncle Daddy, I showed up on Sunday, and there was this dude from Texas that was working security at the front door when it was still over at the Lobos Arena there. And I was like, man, I said, where do I go get my ticket? He's like, oh, sorry, brother. Hey, them tickets is done, man. I'm like, oh, bro, I just literally drove from like east of Houston. He's like, oh, really? Where from? I said, Beaumont. He's like, well, my grandmama lives in Beaumont. Have a good night. Opens up the door, and I was like, yeah. Hey, park a commercial truck right on the University of New Mexico campus. Uh-oh. We have got a giveaway, too, but I want to let you know real quick. We're also giving more teepees away.
All right. Hey, I want to give a big shout out to Fabian out there. Fabian, my man, Fabian is always on key with the pictures and the videos of Gather Nation. He was out there out there singing and representing. Fabian, thank you so much, man. I check your Facebook out more than I check my own out sometimes.
Yeah, Fabian. And Fabian's got his podcast up and running. He is looking for ideas on where he's going. I believe he's still in the development phase. And this is the thing. When you are working on making something awesome, this is what we're doing as well, bro. And I want to say, when we get the B&B Indigenous podcast, TuneCore, I have to go through TuneCore on Spotify. I've already set up my Spotify account for the B&B Indigenous podcast. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be moving all our broadcasts from YouTube so you can listen to them in syndication on Spotify as well. So that's right. That's right. Austin, you're absolutely right about that. You know what I mean? And, you know, and I've danced. I haven't seen it. Yeah. Oh, go ahead, Patrick. I'm sorry.
I think, Austin, you're absolutely right. Here's what bothers me with all that. Could you imagine if all them natives that drove all that time to try to win money would show up for a protest? Oh, right. I mean, yeah, that's nice to see all them Indians at a powwow, but could you imagine how many things we could change if all them natives would show up at a protest?
Bro, this is
maybe we should make protest competition.
Yeah,
put the competition money on protests and people will show up.
We need more Native Americans to support us with ICWA right now. All the tribes are fighting for rights with ICWA. Our people really need to come together. Write your senators.
Oh, that's right. ICWA is a big deal right now. We have 1 month until the vote of ICWA goes through. Mm-hmm. 1 month, people. You need to write your senators. If they pass this through, our Native children will no longer be protected under law. Mm-hmm. That means anybody can adopt them out. Anybody can be able to come on our reservations and take our children. Now, before ICWA came into act, before ICWA, this is what they used to do. And I know this from families I've talked to. So if a mom and dad had a domestic dispute, they would come in and arrest the mom and dad and put the kid in the child custody and adopt the child out in less than a week, because to adopt a Native child, you get $5,000 a month. If you're non-Native to adopt a Native child, you get $5,000 a month. So they became in high demand. So, and that's exactly how they would do that is, man, we got to protect our children from these type of incidents.
It's the continuation of colonialism and all of its nastiness. And there's going to be something that I've been saying for a long time that is directly associated to this. Matter of fact, the United States Congress has been talking about this.
Would you grab me that medallion right there? I'm sorry.
The competition, or I should say not the competition, my apologies. Yep. There's a situation going on with what has been happening with Guatemalan refugees moving up from Central America. And yeah, that is dope.
Oh, big shout out to my nephew, Austin Stanley, which is on right here. I reached out to him and said, hey, nephew, I want you to do something for me. I want you a piece of beadwork from you. And he took let me tell you, this kid's working. He was in school. He was constantly busy, and he took the time to took care of his old uncle. And this is Kylo Ren from Star Wars, because I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I'm going to admit it. And look what a great job my nephew did. And he gifted to me at the Penn State powwow. Thank you so much, nephew. I love you. I'm aware of this with so much pride. I appreciate it. But I wanted to give out my nephew, Austin Stanley, and what he did for me.
That's right. Thank you again, Mike. I was saying that what's going on in Guatemala and Mexico right now, there's a massive human trafficking situation that's directly correlated with the United States Department of Immigration and Naturalization. Okay, so you've got to understand that if Congress is talking about this situation, what happens when they take the legal protections away from our Native kids? Are we going to see a continuation of the boarding school and residential school factor? Of course we are. They are getting not only $5,000 a month, it's like $8,000 a month, depending upon which state you live in. And the tribes are putting half of that bill through Indian Child Welfare Association. Now, ICWA does not get involved in child custody matters, as they say, but this is a big thing that I think they need to step it up even more, because what's going to happen is that we're already on the doorstep of kids not having any cultural identity whatsoever. Mm-hmm. whether they know how to sing powwows or they know how to dance in a certain style. Most of those kids, unless they have parents that are, you know, we will say grandfathering them into those understandings of those dances, don't have any idea why they're dancing that way. Like you're talking
Absolutely.
about eagle feathers before a certain age, or an eagle fan, or wearing a jingle dress. Like some people have a big, that's a big no-no. It's the same as in certain tribes and understanding.
Oh,
You know,
I'm just
in certain tribes either, you know.
absolutely, but native protocol within the powwow has changed so much that those rules and regulations no longer now. When I say this, ladies and gentlemen, I don't mean everybody. There are outliers out there that still stick to tradition. I'm talking about on the most. I'm talking about the number of what I've seen and what I've experienced. The most people these days within the population do not follow the traditional ways of some things. Like for instance, and when I was growing up, you never seen children with eagle feathers, eagle bustle. You never seen kids with eagle bustles. You never seen a little girl with an eagle fan, a little small girl. They were left for something to be earned. Jingle dress dancers, you're seeing more children jingle dress dancers than ever before. When I was growing up, you didn't see children jingle dress because it was an adult category, because it was a medicine. So it was a medicine style. There was protocol, large protocol that you were having to go through before becoming a jingle dress dancer. So children couldn't be jingle dress dancers because they had to understand what had to be done. You had to make your first dress. You had to make your own first dress. You had to earn your own jingles. You had to be danced in by other jingle dress dancers. There was a whole plethora of protocol. We no longer do that anymore. I mean, even like the medicine steps that they call for, it's just not as there as it used to be. And I'm not calling anybody out. I'm just observing and talking about what I've seen. Oh, yep, like becoming a chicken dress. You're absolutely right, Fabian. That's the actual. I would love to be a horse dancer. I love that style, but it's not my style. It's not of my people. And if I wanted to dance it, I would definitely go to that people and tell them why I wanted to dance it, what my intentions were, and go through the regulations and the stipulations of that dance before I decided to don that regalia and to learn that dance style. But we no longer do that. We see something cool. Oh, that's cool. That's neat. I'll imitate it. Or parents want to make their kids grown up, so they turn their kids into tiny thems instead of letting their kids earn what they have. So the kids have nothing to look forward to. They get 15, 16 years old. They already got a full set of bustle. They already got a full black tip eel fan. They already got roach feathers. It's no longer that where you have to earn that stuff to get it. It's just now, oh, this is my son. They treat eagle feathers like Nikes. Well, if I'm going to have Nikes on, my kids should have Nikes on. You know what I mean? Or, it doesn't make any sense.
If you teach them, though, if you teach them the basics about what it means to care for something, that's why it's important to start out with those, and not to say that a hawk is a lesser bird. In our tribes, if you want to know the truth, the turkey, the hawk, the blue heron, aka the water bird, those are all on an equal footing with the eagle. As a matter of fact, the further down the totem pole you go is the respect from being grounded. The eagle can see above all. That we know that much, okay? And usually the eagle or the raven sits at the top of those totems, depending upon which part of the Pacific Northwest you're in. But that's what I'm saying. When you follow those protocols like that, not only are you showing a self-respect to the young people, but you're giving them something to earn. It's like now everybody's got this sense of entitlement, and they're going, "Oh, I don't understand why we can't do it like that." It's like, bro, there's a reason why we go through these tiers and step up and allow them to understand. It's like, I'm not going to just sit there and carry a headdress simply because I have chief's blood. I'm saying when I put that together, there are ceremonies that are in place that are going to be, this is what I got to do. This is what I got to do to make sure that when I put this on, that people aren't going to be sitting there laughing at me and be like, what's this guy think he's doing? You know what I'm saying?
There you go. Absolutely.
Floor, I've seen it. Matter of fact, when I was over there at Kio last week before Gathering Nations, there was an eagle feather drop. Sometimes they'll stop the whole powwow and they'll have 4 starts and do an honor song.
Yeah, do a pickup song. Yeah, you do a pickup song.
Sometimes they'll send veterans out, especially if there's more than one feather during that celebration, they'll just go out there, put some tobacco down, because they only have a certain amount of time that they can continue on to rotate those contests and contest dancers into, as well as contest drums. But then you have to ask this question: well, if there's all kind of eagle feathers dropping out there, what's going on that we're not seeing?
That's
You know
right.
what I mean? I mean, am I being an asshole right now?
Oh no, tell that truth. See, people don't like that spicy stuff, man. That truth is absolutely right. But because people's getting feathers for just getting feathers, and it doesn't make any sense. When I was a kid, I cannot tell you, I had never seen a child northern traditional dancer. Never.
Yeah.
When I was a child, because those guys were revered. Most of them were, well, when I was growing up, most of them were veterans. They had earned that bustle through through AIM. They had earned it through AIM. They had earned it through security on their reservations, or they were military. That was the guys that had the bustles. Those are the guys you admired. Oh, those are the warriors. Those are the ones we're watching. You didn't see, you didn't see children with eagle bustles. You've seen kids. If you had little babies, they had a breechcloth front and back, a ribbon shirt, and a little dance stick, and they went out there and jammed out as hard as they could. But that bustle was something to be earned. It was like graduating into manhood. You had did something amazing within your people to earn that bustle. I have seen grown men break down and cry when they get their first bustle, and or even the roach feathers. We no longer give it's like giving, and someone said, what's my problem with it? It's like giving a child a high school diploma before they get into high school. They're never going to appreciate that education or even care because they already got the award.
Yeah, straight up. I mean, it's just like Fabian says, it's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people. It's the conversations we need to have. Normalize those traditions. Yeah, damn right, Fabian. And if we can do that successfully, we put ourselves back into that system of the generations. Now, I am part of the 7th generation. We got the X generation and then XYZ. Now we've got the millennials. Now we've got cancel culture. We've got all of these things going on like that where it's being muddied up because they're trying to force and indoctrinate everybody into one group. That is what you call compartmentalized sterilization, if you want to know the truth. Here we go. Oh, well, this is the way we do. No, well, that's fine. You could do it your way, but this is the way we're doing it only because we're protecting what matters most to us. This isn't something that I'm going to marginalize or trivialize simply because other people want to lump me into something that they have no understanding about, first of all. It's not that we're picking on the kids. It has nothing to do with that. It has to it's teaching them about the honor system and respect. Not only respect for your community and your elders, but respect for yourself. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I'm not sure how it's been with Kelly in her home, or but I can say I know most tribes and most skins, especially Native mothers. Like, unless you've done something, you're like, wait, what? No, not yet.
I 100% agree about earning feathers. I 100% agree. None of my daughters have received a feather for no reason. They've all earned the feathers that they do have. They've all started out with hawk feathers. The hawk is very, very big in our culture with our Go Shoot people. We believe that when our elders and our people pass on, they come back as hawks. When we see hawks when we're driving, we're like, oh, there's Grandpa. Oh, there's Grandpa checking on us. And so to us, it is just as important as a bird as any other bird. And I teach my daughters how to take apart animals. We're a big roadkill family. If we see roadkill, we pick it up. Yep. We pick it up, we prepare. I show them how to take the wings apart, the tail. I show them how to wrap the bird. I show them how to pray for the bird, and we go take it up to the mountains and set the bird up there with its people in the tree. That is what we do. That is our practice. I've always told my girls, if you misstep and you are out there at a powwow, you respectfully get out of the circle and stand on the side. You do not go up there and show your number and get counted. You withdraw from that competition. If you drop a feather and it is an eagle feather, you're done for that powwow. You go put your stuff away and you lose that feather. That feather will go to an elder. That's the way it will go, and you will start at stage 1 and you will earn those feathers.
Man,
back.
that feels good to hear.
Because that is how I was taught. That is how my grandfather taught us. We all as women go through ceremony for the right to carry those feathers. It is very different in our family because our women have to go through so many trials and tribulations to prove that worthiness, to be able to actually carry those feathers, that it is so important for us to have that respect for that animal, have that respect for ourselves, and pray for those beings. You know, they still have that spirit. They have their own spirit, and we take care of those things.
Absolutely. I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Everything she's saying is exactly what I feel. I feel the exact same way, and that's beautiful to hear that some of us still hang on to that. Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, and we're going to continue on with this conversation. I want to take a quick moment. Thank you for signing up, watching the B&B Indigenous podcast. We are encouraging everybody to go in and share this message as much as you can. I was popping scoden.xyz on the Gathering of Nations post on Facebook, on YouTube, on their actual website. We want you guys to like, share, and subscribe to the B&B Indigenous podcast. The most people commenting tonight. Now, we're not going to be bringing in everybody. Brent's won twice already, so we're going to be giving the chance out for other people. Now, this is not completely finished. Like I said, I stay in these poles in oak, maple, or cherry, and the bottoms as well, so it looks more authentic. And then I wrap fat quarters around the bottom, as I'll show you. This is the one that Brenda wanted. I believe this is the one, Brenda. This is the one. I wrapped it, like I said, and I'm going to put that door design on that you wanted. You said a medicine wheel, I believe, or a bear design. So I'm going to make sure when I send that this coming Friday, you'll have it. It's going to be in the mail direct to you. But like I said, you have a chance to win that. Oh, we've got a special guest coming up in the coming days. As a matter of fact, the master ceremony is for the Gathering of Nations powwow. Mr. Reuben Littlehead Sr. He's going to be showing up. He's got T-shirts and some swag and some stickers and stuff like that, so he's going to be giving that away. But he wants to come on. He said he'd give us as much time as we need, so I thought, hell yeah, you know what I mean? Amanda Bennett was talking about, straight up, those things are supposed to be sacred and earned, and you're absolutely right, Amanda. I want to say thank you. Kyle, Missouri checking in. You guys don't know about the ongoing situation in the Winnemucca Indian colony and the travesty that has been ongoing down there. You guys need to check out Winnemucca Indian colony located in Winnemucca, Nevada. There is a struggle for tribal rights and equity, especially when it comes to housing and ongoing respect for elders in the community like that. So we want to make sure and let you know about that as well. Also, we got other comments coming up tonight. Brenda's showing some love. That's right. Hey, and like I said, like, share, and subscribe. If you guys don't know, well, now you do. So
Absolutely.
I'm in Pennsylvania, and you guys are in Secaucus, New Jersey at the moment. So I'm on the East Coast clock, but I've been staying up till like 4:30 in the morning. 5.
You're so close, Ron. You need to make that extra couple miles and come see us. Come see us. Get that big ass truck over here where I can come see you. So as people know, people have been asking me. I was involved with a play here just recently in New York, and it was supposed to be based off the Mohawk Steelworkers. Yeah. And with a heavy heart, I had to step away from this play. It's no longer going on, and I wanted to tell people why. I only posted on my Facebook that I stepped away, but I didn't get into detail of why I stepped away. So I'm going to give you just a little bit of info. The director of this play, which is non-native, she is she's native to Colombia, but she is one of those Western native enthusiasts. She loves like the Dances with Wolves type of mentality of Native people. She reached out to me and asked me if I would do this play for the Mohawk Steelworkers. You know, I'm Haudenosaunee. I'm also a high steel walker. I was also a high steel walker at one time, and I wasn't, I know quite a bit, and she wanted a smoke dancer. But the more the plays are going on, the more I realized that she hadn't went through the proper protocol. People don't realize there's protocol when you are when you're doing something that is talking about another tribal nation. There is protocol we need to go through to show respect to that tribal nation. She hadn't asked for permission through the Mohawk Nation to be able to perform this. She didn't ask for Mohawk dancers. She actually had one Mohawk that was helping do some of the music. And we had a Seneca also as well doing the music, and I was the only other Haudenosaunee person in the play. And the more I explained to her why certain things are done the certain way, the more her mentality came out about, she was a contemporary dancer and she feels like she should be able to take any style and do whatever she needs to do with it as long as she's done it at the right space. And being Tuscarora man and Mohawks is our sister tribe. I couldn't take it upon my heart to disrespect the Mohawk Nation, to put something on I didn't feel told the story correctly, told our history correctly, told about our people correctly. So I respectfully stepped down from it and walked away, just because it ain't who I am. I try my best to show that respect. If I was doing a play about Navajo people, about the Dene, you better best believe I'm going to the Dene Nation, asking permission, asking to bring Dene people in to be part of the program before I do this, to show respect and honor and love to the Dene Nation. And this was the same situation. This woman was more worried about making money from the grant, which I didn't realize the money of the grant was so much. But she was pushing a play and a show about the money for the grant. And I feel really bad that I stayed in it as long as I did, because I kept trying to fix it, try to iron it out, because it is a good story that needs to be told. But when you have someone that don't care about the cultural significance behind the message, then all it is a wash. So I stepped out of the production, and I think a couple of the dancers also quit. The other dancers that was involved, they also quit the same day. And I just want to say, everybody, I'm sorry I had to step out. Maybe I can write a play myself about the Mohawk Steelworkers and bring some of our brothers from upstate up to Akwesasne and come down and perform, and we'll do it the right way. But I think if it's going to be produced, it should be produced by a Native person that has walked in the shoes of our people and understand the concepts of it. So with that being said, I'm no longer part of that, but if anything else comes up, I'll let you guys know.
We want to be able to encourage people that are from an outside perspective. We talked to John Santanta, Proud Star, Santanta, I'm going to say it correctly, a while back. He's a producer of an amazing comic book series, Tribal Force. And he has, been doing this work a long time. As a matter of fact, he's the father of Alora Dannon on Reservation Dogs. Taika Waititi, one of the producers of the Reservation Dogs series, is not an Indigenous First Nations person from Turtle Island, but he has cultural sensitivity that he understands directly. He works with somebody in the Native community that he knows, because Maoris are Indigenous to New Zealand, as we all know, and they have a lot of tribal connections to us. As a matter of fact, Chinooks, we say they're our blood descendants, because their whale rider story is like this, man. Not to say that, I'm not trying to appropriate New Zealand's Maori culture either, and there are differences between northern and southern Maori natives. Māori, you can say that. Even the way that they speak, it's just like going to a different reservation. Our friend from Menominee Res out there, she was just talking about saying hello and checking in. I was talking about how women and men talk, when I was going to Chimawa school, she'd look at me and she'd be like, instead of saying like Walla Walla and Yakima women when they're just like mad or frustrated about something, or they're just calling you out on your BS, they go, hiya. And they'll throw their hand at you like that. In Nominee way, they'll look at you and go, oh, EI. Wait, what? EI? That means pregnant in Walla Walla. You just
Hey,
pregnant. What do you mean? Hey?
Before I forget, I want to give a huge shout out and show a lot of love to Kirsty Metizos. She took first place and got crowned Miss South Dakota and the USA Ambassador pageant. She was the guest that we had on about 2 weeks ago. That she's doing this. Oh yeah, she was doing this for the Miss Indigenous Women, bringing voices. She's a huge component there in South Dakota, helping out with our Lakota women out there, doing her thing, bringing them up strong, powerful women that they are. So a big shout out to her. She deserves all the credit in the world. She put her work in, and she's out there for a good cause.
And she's been showing nothing but love. Like my posts, I'm really thankful when people take the time to invest. I know people have told me, Ron, you can't be talking like that all the time, man. I'm like, sometimes our personal life does affect us. But some of the things that I've said, I speak from my heart. Well, not some of the things, all of the things I say, I speak from my heart. So, I want to say thank you, Kirsty, for, Kirsty Mattis is like doing her work. She's working with young Native girls at St. Joseph's Indian School. I'm not really sure. I've read a little bit about St. Joseph's. I know there is another school out there my mom was actually supporting called St. Labre's. They do one of the things that they sent. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit of truth to power here. They sent this package to my mom as a contributor and making donations once a month to their school. And it says to feed one Indian child. And it looks like not even a full bag of rations, but it's like black and white. Do you remember the what are they? The generic products were always like black and white. Do you remember those, Patrick? Do you remember those? Yeah. Kelly probably remembers this too. Anyway, they used to sell beer in 6-packs, and it just said beer. And that was when you're broke, it's just beer.
Just beer. It doesn't matter. It's just beer.
The alcohol industry here, folks. I'm just talking about the generic products. Anyway, but the package would feed one Indian child. I'm like, hey, what the hell is this, Mom? You know what I mean? Like, that's not feeding a native kid, and it's like a little tiny bit of oatmeal in the bottom of this little, cardboard package or whatever it is. I'm going,
Man, this ain't even a whole bite of food.
I want to say what's up to my Uncle John Peterson for checking in all the way out there on the Oregon coast. What's going on, Uncle John? Hope you're having a beautiful night tonight. Remember, like, share, and subscribe to B&B Indigenous Podcast, and you will be in the run-ins to pick yourself up a beautiful lodge designed by yours truly. It will be there will be RGB lights in the bottom of these. Now, I want to show you, this one isn't fully finished yet, only because I wait until the winners are selected. The more you like, share, and subscribe. We are available on YouTube right now. We are available on Facebook.com. Here in a couple more days, we're going to be transmitting all of our broadcasts in syndication on Spotify as soon as I get all the particulars worked out with TuneCore. So that's
happening.
We're still trying to get powwows.com to get on board with us.
And Skoden.com. I'm going to reach out to Paul this week. We're going to get this straightened out. He's been trying to get us to be able to stream over there. So I'm working with Paul to try to get us to be streamed over there. We're also streamed on Skoden.xyz. And we have a TikTok channel coming up here shortly that I'm working on right now. So we'll be able to broadcast all of our commercials, all of our sweepers that Ron does so well. And just let you guys know constantly what's going on, what's coming up next. And the giveaways are only going to get better. I got some stuff in the plans right now. I don't want to give too much secret away, but I got some nice giveaway stuff coming up. It's going to be hot. I got some regalia that's coming up. I got some dance sticks that's going to be given away. Some mirror boards for our grass dancers, as well as a fan. I'm working on giving away a fan. We're going to do a big giveaway, and it's going to be a McCall fan out there for my ladies out there, so stay tuned. So we'll have a McCall fan that we're also going to be giving away. So like, subscribe, and share.
That's right. And don't forget, we're going to be have the most amazing shows during the summertime. I just ordered for AT&T a ProRes M2 processor, iPad Pro, 12.9-inch screen, and it's a device that's over $2,000. Yeah, I'm making payments. Okay, all right, take it easy, calm it down. I'm not spending all my money in one lump.
But you're not Indian layaway.
Yeah, right. Well, unless they want to trade like deer meat, you know what I mean? Hey, T, how are you? Yeah, absolutely. I got a couple of pounds of yamish right now, backstrap and some hindquarters for you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and trade up. Man, that crown looks really good, Miss South Dakota.
Doesn't it? She looks beautiful. She looks so radiant in there. Oh, big shout out at Penn State Powwow. I had a killer time last week, y'all. Oh my God, if you've not been to Penn State Powwow, you got to make it out here. It is put on by John Sanchez. He's a White Mountain Apache. He does an amazing job every year. He's also a professor of Native American History Studies out here at Penn State University. He does a big scholarships for Native students every single year. The powwow was fantastic. I got to see tons of my family and friends and realize, God damn, I'm fat. I need to lose some weight. And that's what I learned. I was out of shape, buddy. I am out of shape. But Penn State Powwow is every year, y'all, out here at Pennsylvania. Look it up on YouTube. We got some videos we posted out there. They're a great sponsor as well.
Look at, I can go like this and I still don't have any, they call them bingo wings. You ever see that? You know what I mean? We take grandma and she already knows. My grandma would talk smack about this. One of my powwow grandmas. She's all, what? She'd start going like that. As soon as I go like this, I'm always in the winnings for bingo. She's like 1 or 2 numbers away. Like, grandma, seriously?
All you hear is
yeah, you sound like a hummingbird. And who was it? There was a whole mess of contestants in the one-man hand drum contest down there gatherings weekend. Matter of fact,
like 15 or 20.
Not in there. He jammed out. Was it Devin? What's Devin's last name, man? He's one of my Facebook bros. And then we got Miss Indian World. As a matter of fact, Shane Redhawk, that's his daughter that was Miss Indian World last year. One of my adopted aunties that I grew up singing with on the Rattling Thunder Drum when she was in a former relationship with my Uncle Curtis. But I think that's her daughter. Now I know her daughter Whitney Reisner. She's been dancing powwows, and Noella's been dancing powwows for a long time. I want to say what's up. Hope you ladies are doing great. And I did not get her name, but she's from the Yurok tribe. She's the new Miss Indian World down there. I want to say congratulations because there's a lot of young gals out there that are really looking up to you ladies. And remember, it's always good to shoot for your goals, dreams, hopes, and desires if that's what you want to do. If you want to be Miss Indian World, or you want to be a U.S. Senator, or you want to work a really prestigious job somewhere, or you want to work at Macy's, or you want to, be the host of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, or whatever it is that you want to do, we don't want to discourage you. That's right. Or Pendleton Roundup. Don't forget about Happy Canyon.
There you go. I'm actually royalty this year in our town parade and Memorial Day. I am master of ceremonies. Is that what it's called? The guy that leads out the parade. I don't know what it's called, but they asked me.
I'm a royal pain in the ass, so there's that.
But I want to give a big shout out to my brother Cushman, William Cushman out there. I know you're watching, man. One of my family members out there, and a fellow East Coast natives. He did me a breastplate. He made me a breastplate just recently. I can't wait to get it. I'll show it to everybody when it comes in. But his work is gorgeous. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're a native dancer out there and you're looking for a breastplate, or you're looking for native regalia, men's traditional stuff, gotta reach out to my man Cushman Williams out there. He showed me a picture of my new breastplate, and it is beautiful. I can't wait to rock the bad boy and add 400 more pounds. It feels like breastplate feels like the breastplates feel like they weigh a ton. But I'm looking forward to jamming out with it. Thank you so much, brother.
And I finished. I had to redo mine because I didn't put the center. What do they call that? It's candy leather. And I got the pre-punched holes, candy leather straps that go all the way down the sides. But I didn't put a center. I didn't put 2 in the center, so it was kind of off kilter a little bit. And I'm like looking at it, going, I mean, it looked nice enough. The color of the beads that I used, the pipe beads that I used, and then I used Swarovski crystals, blue and red on both sides. I'm right behind me in the closet here. But I was like, dude, it looks so sharp now because that center it's tight now. It looks a lot fuller. And then when you tie it, you know how some people put it around their chubbiness right here like that. That's what I'm doing.
That's what I'm doing. The same thing, bro. I would like to start doing product review right here on our channel. One product review. I've had so many native craftsmen help make my regalia, different parts, and I want to really start doing native review for it because I want to put these people's names out that have helped me with regalia because I'm definitely blessed that they are a part of my life and they have helped me out making my outfit what it is.
Yeah. I wanted to say something real quick too because I tried to get a hold of the young lady that I was giving the shirt away, and I'm actually going to be putting it back up because I tried. Kelly, her name was Kelly as well. But anyway, I went to the Kiayo Powwow Committee And I was like, you know what? You guys got any shirts left that you guys want to make a donation to the B&B Indigenous podcast? They're like, oh, yeah. So anyway, I tried very valiantly to, right, Valiant Clark? I tried valiantly to get this, address information from her. She never got a hold of me. So I said, well, it's just like Ruben would do. He would choose 10 tickets like that. If you don't show up in 5 minutes, we're going to call another ticket, another number, or another card. You might have got the jack of clubs, but you didn't get the 10 of diamonds. But anyway, this medium shirt right here is absolutely brand spanking new. As you can see, it's totally beautiful. And we're going to be giving that. Let's back out on the market like that. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe. The more comments that you make tonight, excluding Brenda McCarty Bass this round. Brenda, another month goes by, you'll be back in it to win it again. You know what I mean, my girl? So, hey, Miss Sharpshooter, I want to know, is there anything, if you ever were to give something away for free, what would it be?
It would be one of my bags that I make that has our patchwork designs on it. It would be one of those, and it'd be one of my favorite designs, which is the fish design. I love the fish design. That is something that means longevity. It means prosperity. It also means I'm a nomadic person, and our salmon comes all the way from your country, your neck of the woods, British Columbia, all the way to Fort Hall. And I am a big fish design person, so that I would be willing to donate something in the future. I have some orders that I need to do first, but definitely I will consider doing that. And
I want to make an Indian trade for you. If that becomes a reality, folks, when I say this, and this all the people out there can hear me talking to Kelly Sharpshooter, we put up tobacco like that, or we bring tobacco, and then we bring other trade items too. Because what I look at is the effort that is involved with making these types of items. First of all, it is a process, right? I mean, it's a process to teach the art of sewing and that kind of work. But it's also something. Oh, look at it! See, and he pulls that fabric back out with those cool medallions on there again.
Yo, this is everybody. Before I show y'all this, you criticizing asses out there. This is my first sewing project. So you hear me? And it's crooked as all hell, but I love it. So
he said he's a medium.
I'm a medium for you.
So this is halfway done. This is probably not even halfway done. So, but he did a great job. I mean,
that's still dope, bro. I'm telling you right now.
This is the fabric. People are going to ask where I got the fabric from. I got this from Teton before they were assholes. And they made those statements that they made and what they were doing. So they're no longer like that anymore. They've changed hands and there's a new operation. I don't know.
Owned by natives. I believe the Iowa tribe owns them. So.
Yeah. So this is I got this from Teton. Rebecca Wells, also a great source to get native pattern fabric. She's got her own store called Rebecca Wells here on Facebook. I get a lot of my clothing from her because a lot of her patterns are fantastic. She gets a lot of this beautiful types of fabric. So it's got like the bands on the bottom, and it's all quill work. It's just quill work on fabric. Which
it almost looks like it's standing off the fabric when you're looking at it on camera like that. That's right. I mean, I'd be cutting those out and be putting those on my chicken outfit, like backing them up with some what do you call that, baby cloth, right? See?
Yeah.
A quilt, baby quilt. I'm not baby quilt. Quilt felt.
Yeah, quilt felt.
Or a pillon.
Yeah.
Now you're thinking ideas. Be like, I'm cheap as hell, but it still looks dope. Use my rip-rack scissors.
Right. I get a lot of my fabrics too from 49 Design, and they're based out of Canada, so people look them up. Also, I like to give a big shout out to OKC Fabrics, who is actually have endorsed my cousin Paula Topsky from White Knife Creations, and her designs are all in their fabrics. So please check them out. Support my cousin, Miss Paula Topsky, and White Knife Creations, and all her beautiful work that is now being printed in fabric, and that is OKC Fabric. So you guys want new designs? You want nice fabric? Please check her out.
I want you guys to hang on with me while I'm going and digging in my stuff too.
Yeah,
Because
49
Yeah,
designs.
49 designs. Yes.
Well, I love showing off my fabric, so I'm going to do that. So you guys get
Hey,
to see it. My daughter's first dress. Okay.
Fabian, the only I used to use a lot of 49 fabrics. I mean, 49 design stuff until I ordered something. Now this could be a fluke. I'm not putting down 49 designs at all. But I ordered 4 products and they were all made in China.
Yeah.
And that kind of bothered me quite a bit because I want my money to stay within the community, and it is kind of. But oh, look at that baby fabric!
She's gonna be decked to the nines. And you know what's even nicer? I'm only gonna show you the side drops for this because the rest of the fabric is like that. You know anything about chicken dance breedcloths? There are no side drops on those, but when I dance round bustle, I'll have these. I got these with the Crow Trading Post out there in the Crow Res.
Nice.
In eastern Montana off the 90 there. And it was out. As a matter of fact, it was the middle of winter last year. My bro, Acorn Holds the Enemy, badass fancy dancer, folks. Don't forget Crow Fair coming up is an awesome powwow. There's nowhere to camp unless you guys are like 17 miles away. There's that. But I also want to show you, there's some other fabric. This is going to be my next ribbon skirt, and I'm pretty awesome with colors. But we went to a fabric store that's owned by an Iranian Persian man, and then of course I got this to complement because that mint color. This is going to be my shirt. You know what I mean? Oh, look at this sparkles. You hear how I accentuated the S like that? And then check this out. I'm going to show you guys one more little fabric sample because I'm super proud of this too.
Woo!
Fancy.
Baby girl gonna be shining. We call
Is that for you or is that for the baby?
Oh,
Is
that what you're making? Is that what you're making your thong out of, Ron?
It is. As a matter of fact, I have a buckskin thong. I only want to show you one more. Uncle's going to show you. We're talking about 49 design. I'm going to show you 2 more because this is 49 design fabric that I am very proud to say I made this, and that because I was not paying attention. I sewed my baby her first rim skirt, and
that's gorgeous, bro.
I love that.
But I'm pretty proud of that. I was like, you know what? And then she was talking about glue sticks. I'm like, wait, where's the heat and bond? She's
Dude,
like,
what don't you do, Ron? You make me feel really, really behind the curb.
I don't mean to be like that. I get that from people too, man. They're like, dude, seriously? Because I just got done making a bunch of inner travels, because I want to be able to sing my own songs more often. If I was, not that I don't like singing other people's songs, but I'm like, hey, I had to, unfortunately, Cookie Monster, he sacrificed himself. He shagged.
I got some purple ones like that.
Right. Well, I got the white, and then I got the orange, and then I got the other colors because I'm putting together more than one set. This is going to be the other shirt because what I want to do is have more than one. Look at that.
Nice.
This fabric was off the chain. We spent like $600 on that day. We got the other fabrics.
Send me your waist size for your belt, and let me do you a tack belt to match everything.
I will. I totally will. I'm a 42. I'm 42 chubby. Is that a size?
I'll build you a nice flashy belt for your chicken outfit that will go with your bustle.
Can I get a 42 commodity, please? This is like the dopest fabric, though. My daughter is going to look badass out there on that floor.
She looks gorgeous. I told you I'm going to make her a pair of moccasins.
Oh, yeah. I'm waiting. I'll do whatever. I'll make a good Indian trade with you. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want no. Listen. Ron, I don't want no Indian trade for the baby. This is between me and her. This is me, Uncle Patrick, and the baby. I don't want no trade for her. When we trade for each other, that's different. But when I'm doing it for my niece, I don't want nothing in return. That's for the baby. It's between me and her. So the moccasins.
I know this about my daughter. She will love it. I know. You do these things when you see the kids and you see the face they have, the smile that they get, you're like, wow. To me, I've seen this happen a lot of times because there are some kids that come from a family of seamstresses.
Yes.
Men that are awesome seamsters.
Seamsters.
Yes, seamsters and seamstresses, folks. We coined that phrase right here on the B&B Indigenous podcast.
T-shirts will be out next week.
Yep.
That's right. See, I'm just going to say this. They get used to the idea that they've always got fresh gear. Something looks popping. Like some people, their stitches are so dope on all of the borders, all of their intricate designs. My sister Bixie Wallahy, family Wild Rose, bitch. That's their coin phrase. Don't be blaming me for saying that. I wasn't trying to be rude. Okay. That's a family statement right there. Okay. Now Bixie is probably one of my favorite seamstresses out there. She makes stuff look like it's beaded. You stand up from far away, like, damn, she did all that beadwork in a weekend. Like, no, that's her seamstress work. But that's what I mean. Those intricate stitches, all the way down the seams, each of the designs. I have a sewing machine. I don't have a Singer. I got a Brothers, and it was a good price at Walmart. So sue me. Just go ahead. But it's still got like 30 basic stitches on there. I'm like,
well, mine's only got 16 stitches. It's a basic Singer. It's about my sewing machine is one step above sewing with your hands.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that basic, but
that's okay because all you need is a straight stitch and a zigzag. Honest to God, you could sew anything with those stitches.
That's right.
Yeah, that's really all you need. When I first started out, my family was so poor. My mother actually got 2 sewing machines from this 5 and dime. One sewed straight and one sewed a zigzag. And I used 2 machines to sew one project.
She just sounded like an East Coaster hardcore because they'd be hearing all them East Coasters call it a 5 and dime. Like, or if
she's country, bro. She's country as hell. She's country as hell. I'm not talking about like
New York City. Where you from? I'm from New Rochelle. What about you? I'm from Elizabeth.
Dude, she said she got in there she was talking to me while we were on the train, and it was like I had just brought her back from East Alabama. She country. I thought I was country. You know, that North Carolina accent comes out, but she country with that extra country.
I've heard MCs come down there in Alabama Kashada tribe. Ladies and gentlemen, want to say thank you to our women's traditional dancers for making their way out on the floor. All right, well, junior men's division, this is you right here now. I want you to get on ready.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Get on your legs and be ready for this contest, boys. Going to be hopping and jumping, and I get hot, you know what I mean?
Ron, you did that so perfect, but you got to stretch it out a little bit more. If you ever heard them country MCs, they'll go into something. They'll be like, tonight we got these women coming on out here. God bless their souls. They come on out here in these moccasins. You don't know how hard these moccasins is to make out here dance. And before you know, before the song even starts, we've talked about the women's children, the moccasins they have on, the weather the last week. If anybody's got any broke down cars, if somebody needs assistance, all in the same sentence.
And the elders and your ancestors too want to say, take time to put that out there like that. You get on that floor, don't hesitate to drop some tobacco now. This is a good old Southern tradition. On to remind y'all of small leaf, big leaf tobacco. If you're out there, if you decide you're going to drive up to Seneca Nation on the New York Turnpike, drop in, you grab you a carton of them Seneca smokes they got there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
My bro Justice Cree's teasing me right now. I'm going to bring him in on the podcast. Just at least I'm going to tag him in it anyway. And this is, he was talking about me carrying an American flag, him in Dakota, up there when I was in Canada in 2019. Just want to let you know, I carried that flag out of respect for my veteran grandfather. That's right. He stormed the beach in Normandy. Just wanted to let you know. I am not a supporter completely, but I have enough respect for my elders to say, oh, yeah, that's right. Hey, remember, like, share, subscribe, B&B Indigenous Podcast. Like, B&B, oi! Oi! Don't forget, we want you guys to invite as many of your family right now. I'm going to do this like a My Pillow commercial. I want to let you know about the technology of the B&B Indigenous podcast. Not only will you sleep more comfortably at night, folks, but you also be able to absorb all of the bad odors in your bedroom. That's the B&B Indigenous podcast. And if you didn't know, Austin.
Austin hit it on the head right there.
Oh, this feels so good. But wait, there's more. That's right. And if you act now, you can get 2 B&B Indigenous podcast performances for the price of just 1. That's right. And Kelly will come directly to your house for just $49.95 for 12 easy installments and teach you how to sew like that shit.
And ladies and gentlemen, what I'm doing with Kelly is it's something I do very commonly. I know there's a lot of natives out there that have never seen New York City, that have not been able to get a chance to see it. So I always open my home open. That is always, as long as you're respectful, you can come in my home. You can stay here while you're in New York City. Eat here at my house. That way you get paid to be in. I'm always looking to meet new natives. Come with respect, come with honor, and it's always available. As Kelly would tell you, I'm a pretty damn good cook and a decent hostess when I'm not embarrassing the hell out of her in public.
Yeah, and this is the thing that I say, because Patrick's got his page up where he's talking about his food and things like that. My bro Andrew Lowley, as a matter of fact, I'll tell you this much. He loves to cook. He's like me. I love to cook too, but there's a lot of skins out there, man. Colvilles and Coeur d'Alene's and the sous chef. Oh man, I'll tell you what, dude, put it down. And he's also cooking traditional foods. If you guys didn't know, some of the best cuisine you'll ever have in your life, and it's all related and affiliated to Native First Nations sacred indigenous foods. We were talking about food scarcity for the longest time, and I can say this much. If you follow the modus that Patrick's been talking about, which is aquaponics and hydroponics, you guys can feed your entire tribe every single day for the entire year, for the decade, for the century, the millennia, if you know what you guys are doing. And these things are available to tribal communities out there.
And it's not hard. It's not hard. That's the thing about it, Ron. This is the easiest way to feed your community, the most productive way to community. You get so much out of it. It takes up little to no land. It is such a sustainable way of living that I don't know why more Native people in their communities, if you had a tribe, let's say they have 2,500 members, and you put one aquaponic system in that tribe, it would feed 9 families all year long.
That's
so one system,
that's just
one stack. It's one aquaponic stack.
Here we are. We're a Navajo Nation where soil gradients aren't the greatest. Okay, and I'm talking about shiprock. Okay, shiprock is mainly in an arid climate where there's a dry desert area where there's a lot of stone on the ground. There is clay, there is mud, but the topsoil does not encourage a lot of growth unless, of course, you transfer soil gradients into those locations. That's the wonderful thing about it. If the Navajo Nation decides, okay, we're going to put up a warehouse. It's a 180,000 square foot warehouse. If they filled those with aquaponic systems, hydroponic systems, where they're encouraging fish life, you got tilapia in there that are doing their thing. As a matter of fact, you can make a massive fish tank, and those systems are all integrated into one tank, so those fish can swim freely. They can do their thing. They'll be like, oh my God, there's food source here. Their defecations, folks, I'm going to say
it's the vitamins.
Their doo-doo. It's fish doo-doo that feeds those plants.
Fresh doo-doo.
Fresh fish doo-doo. Brett, hey, it was funny then. And I get here to Pennsylvania because I came back down from upstate New York a couple hours ago, and it was raining like all over hell and high water. And then I get out and I'm talking to my brother. He's on the West Coast. The rest of my family is. It was 90 degrees the other day. Like, summer is ready, bro. It's ready to bust out. It's like Oklahoma over at Fort Sill. You know what I mean? Like, you get out there in the middle of summer, it's like 198 degrees. Like,
yeah.
That's humidity from hell. Here, yesterday, I was in New York City because yesterday is when I decided to step down from this play. I'm in New York City, dude. It was raining so hard that it was pouring. As we're getting off the subway to go up the steps of the subway, it was just going down the steps like a waterfall. The water was so deep that it was insane. I was so soaking wet.
Really? Do you guys bring your Northwest tire and an umbrella? I got an umbrella that's like $75 right in the truck right here.
I can't afford Northwest. I have something, mine are east and south.
A nor'easter. Ladies and gentlemen, this afternoon right here at WKXY, we want to let you know there's a nor'easter coming in. It's going to get really cool out there. There's going to be a lot of people talking about weathering it up, making sure they got their gear. We want to make sure. Could you imagine?
Boston.
Is that Boston?
Yes, Boston, straight up. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, you'll notice tonight our show's going to be cut kind of short tonight because, Kelly's only going to be in town for another day. She leaves out Wednesday, so I have to finish up my sewing class. She's teaching me how to put a sling, a little, on my purse or man purse or merce.
His satchel.
My satchel. There you go. This man. Yeah, we're gonna man it up. My satchel. So she's gonna be teaching me how to do this, and she's got some other sewing class, sewing tricks she's gonna be showing us. So tonight's gonna be kind of a little shorter than normal. So Ron, how about you? Let's do that drawing for that beautiful teepee.
Yeah, let's do that real quick. Before I do that, I want you guys to check out Justice C.R. Cree Sr. That's Cree's Smokehouse, traditional smokehouse jerky. He's going to be around the powwow circuit this summer. Where he is at, you guys definitely want to hit him up. This shirt right here, Russell McLeod. Want to say happy belated birthday to your daughter, Kia. That's right. Hokya Lee McLeod. She just turned 25 out there. Happy birthday to her. If you guys got birthdays you guys want to list, don't forget to put them up, man. Let us know. Send us a message. We'd love to send them a shout out. If you got powwow flyers you want to talk about, definitely send those to us and post them on the B&B Indigenous podcast page on Facebook.com, on YouTube.com, and soon enough, our Spotify account. We will be doing actual audio sneakers for you guys. And Russell McLeod, okay, champion traditional dancer. Listen to me. Even with the echo of my voice in the background from Patrick playing me in syndication there all of a sudden. If you're going to have another yard sale, Russell, out there in Harrow, Washington, let me know. If you got more powwow shirts like that, even if they're Red Bears, old ones, I will gladly take them because I'm slimming down. I already lost 8 pounds this week. I lost 8 pounds.
Wow. I think I gained your 8 pounds.
Right on. Well, it's New York food.
Right?
She ain't gained nothing. When I had this woman trucking. She was like, every time we went up the steps, she looked like she was going to murder me at any moment.
Subway's got a lot of steps coming up. And watch out for Al Pacino. Yeah. He's the devil. So, and he likes to travel in the subway. So he tried to flirt with you and talking in your language like that.
There are so many people that came up to me and tried to hand me stuff. I just look right past them. I used to work in a jail. I don't make eye contact with crazies.
No, you look at them like that. Give them the Indian woman's snap eyes. Hey, if you guys are interested, make sure to check out Patrick's Nate Foods page. His cooking page is amazing. He likes to wear a chef's hat and stuff like that. He is going to be wearing his buckskin thong the next week, cooking like that. The rest of him is going to be oiled up. He's using bear grease this time, so don't worry. You'll be able to slide right into the kitchen.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ron, thank you so much for bringing that up, man. I love to cook. And there's so many natives out there to cook. On my cooking page is called The Native Kitchen. It's there on Facebook. It's for all native people to come over there and share their recipes, what they love to eat. And it's not about just sharing just native foods. Me, myself, I was trained as an Italian chef in an Italian restaurant. That's where I got my certificate, is to learn I started out in Italian, so guess what I love to cook? And guess what I'm good at? I can cook any kind of Italian food you could ever want, and I'm damn good at it.
And I want to let you know this, too, from the bottom of my heart. The Native Kitchen is where it's at right there. and we're gonna make sure that you guys know how to cook your own Italian style fried bread like that. Yeah, jokes like getting all the gangsters out there pissed off at me. Wait, what was I guy saying again? Start calling me a mook. Hey, and our winner for tonight, that's right. He's been commenting like it's going out of style. Brenda, we're not being mean to you. You already won twice now, but this mother Fabian Quinnell, that's right. Grand
Fabian!
I'm going to work for you like that in a good way. And remember, if you guys don't know, 100%.
I want Fabian back on the show. Fabian, I want you on the show, man. You are a great talker, and you got a lot of great insights, man. You're also a traditionalist. We want you back on the show, and I want you to sing. That's what I want you to do, man.
That's
you got the vocals. I want you on here to sing.
Preferably, if you can. You know what I mean? I'm still waiting for these guys to come in for a door, too. So we want to say thank you, Fabian. Do not forget to text Uncle Daddy your address so we can mail that out to you. Like I said, Friday I got 2 lodges going out. I sent one to Newfoundland. Yeah, we love you too, Brenda. We're really glad you guys came on board. Remember, share this. Talk about us. You know what I mean? Like, oh, man, you know what I heard on B&B Indigenous podcast the other day? It was so amazing. I was just like,
Patrick likes wearing thongs, apparently.
So informative, right? Yeah, talk like a Valley girl from like, oh, my God, right? You know, we want to hey, Kelly, thank you for joining us tonight. You know, it's really good to have people like that. We want to say Jai Miigwech in a good way, and we want you to have a safe flight back to Oklahoma. Are you right outside of Oklahoma City, in it?
Mm-hmm. I am.
Yeah, Mustang, man. I was talking about that tornado over there a couple years. It was like, because I'm a big conspiracy theorist and factualist, right? And it was like, ooh, that was a super stall, bro. F5! And he was screaming around. I'm like, oh.
Speaking of, Ron, they're doing, New York is a city of conspiracies. So they're doing the Lizard Man tour here in New York soon. So people that believe in New York's Lizard Men, that everybody are lizards.
I think there's some lizards out there, bro. I mean, there might be monitor lizards.
So they're doing a Lizard Man tour here in New York City. If you guys like to come out, come on out. If you got a little crazy wrapped in you and you think there's some lizard people out there, come on out. You'll be able to be with some of your kind, and it should be fun.
Hats, you guys. That is mandatory. Wear the Lizard Man convention. New York City, you got to give me the dates, man. We'll post that up. As a matter of fact, we can go and bomb it out real good. That'd be cool. I mean, not bomb it like the Boston Marathon. I don't mean any disrespect. I'm talking about like bomb it out like, what's up, yo? We're the Lizard Man Festival in New York City as F. If you guys didn't know,
Ron, that would have been so much. That would have been so much better if you didn't explain it. It made it so much worse that you explained it.
Again, make sure to check out Rustware. If you guys don't know, Russell McClellan's got an awesome page, Rustware, the Yakima Nation, and I believe Russell, I think he's Jalop too, aren't you, Russ? Justice Creed's Traditional Smokehouse Jerky out there, Skodan.xyz. Don't forget,
Skodan!
Powwow Times, Mr. Jason Deal of Suite 1491. And powwows.com. If you guys got powwow flyers you want to send us, you got updated news and information from your reservation, man. Or you guys want to talk about tribal politics, want to say congratulations once again to Crackin Federation and COSAD, Northern and Southern Champions, Gathering of Nations Powwow 2023. And the New Miss Indian World, we're going to bring your name up next week on the show. I apologize. I know she's from the Yurok Nation. Hands up, Jai Miigwech out there. Blessings for your journey out there and all of the representations you're going to be doing worldwide. All the raffle tickets you sold for the powwow and all of the people that decided to join us tonight. You want to say, don't worry about it. Even if you got 3 bad habits, we're going to turn it up and let it crack like that.
3 bad habits, baby.
Remember, even Little Head Seniors that is joining us. That's right.
Oh, yeah. That's right, Little Head Senior. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm your co-host with the most, your Indigenous brother from another mother, Patrick Little Wolf Brooks, saying good night, take care, be blessed. From Kelly Sharpshooter and my man Rockin' Ron, be blessed. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
Orale.
To try to spit game of Richard Sherman and it's ever since I dropped my ball. I've been always trying to score, always hit it and quit it. Then I'm out that door, treat him like fast food. I'm alley cat cool, don't mean to be mean, not trying to harass you. I'm just a rap dude with the vice, I admit it. Yeah, I'm just a fisherman with the bait, and they bit it. Relationship ends always on the weekends. Chasing waterfall, TLC, I'm creeping. I'll sneak and Sunday, and we'll try to make up. Start an argument Friday, and again we'll break up. I got 3 bad habits. I'm a gambling addict. I can't hold a relationship.
I'm a gambling
All I
addict.
do is complain about how I got 3 bad habits. I'm a gambling addict. I can't hold a relationship. All I do is complain about
I got 3 bad habits, I'm the baddest. I smile too much like a positive addict. Mad critics always bitching I'm too positive. Maybe become a punk and start robbing shit. Another bad habit is I'm rapping on hits. Giving energy to haters, throwing fits and quit. But no damn guns in my bad habits. Bringing bows and arrows to fight, I'm a savage. Rapping and ravage on your pilgrim village. Rhyme so hot, got me burning and willing. But no killing, I gotta let you live so we can measure bad habits, hers, mine, and his. I'm court order straight to